Hello, everyone. Welcome here. And my guest today is Susie, and she wants her dad to be more generous and thoughtful. And what a ride. Oh, I hope you take it. I'm going to say this, the work is a way to identify and question the thoughts that cause all the suffering in your life. Welcome to the work. So, Susie, sweetheart, we have a date. You have a worksheet on your dad.
I do.
Okay, those of you new to the work, there's a worksheet we use. There are 6 questions on it. It's always free on thework.com. And there are 6 questions on it. And Susie has answered all 6 questions. So what did you fill in for number 1? What is the situation? What did you write?
I'm angry with Dad because he's deliberately unhelpful.
Okay, and the situation?
So we had the gardener over yesterday and they were trimming the tree, and my stepmom wanted to make sure that they'd trimmed enough of the tree away. She's a very unwell and she's in a facility. And so she was on the phone and she said, did they take enough? And Dad just said, oh, they're finished now. But they weren't finished, like they were still on the property and they could have easily come back and done some more trimming.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so he's deliberately unhelpful. So be there now. Look again. Is it true that he's deliberately unhelpful as he talks to your stepmom on the phone? And she wants to be sure, and he responds, oh, it's too late now, or they're gone, whatever it was. He's deliberately unhelpful. He could have called them back, yeah. He's deliberately unhelpful.
Yes.
Is it true? So notice how you react in that situation when you think the thought, Dad's deliberately unhelpful.
I felt embarrassed.
Where did you feel that emotion? Where do you feel
it? It's like it sort of rose up into my face, from my chest into my face.
Okay, so there had to be, the ego has to offer up images of past and future for you to experience that emotion. That's how the ego works. How do you react when you think the thought he deliberately was unhelpful? The ego offers up images, words, he's deliberately unhelpful, and images that support the ego to prove out that it's right. Could be, maybe not. How do you react? What happens when you think the thought he's deliberately unhelpful?
Yeah, so I felt like I could immediately see these other situations in my mind where he'd done it again. It's like I had a list and I could see, he didn't offer me any food that time when I was right there. He just made himself food, and it just, I don't know if I actually saw the pictures in that moment, but I certainly was aware those gardeners were they weren't even 6 feet away, maybe 6, very close. And I just thought, God, how can you say that so quickly? So it was just like this flash inside me as soon as he said it.
Those images, they're often just flashed. You cannot experience that emotion without the ego offering up images that match the words. That's its proof.
Yeah.
So you
I saw him in the kitchen. I saw him these other times around
Mhm.
food.
Yeah. And then images of the future.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
When
oh,
when he
it's
said what he
just
said on the phone.
I saw another one from the past just then as well. That had been there. It was about how he is with my stepmom. I saw him sort of like he's closed, like he's just always this grumpy, doesn't want to give.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So, and the future, I'm really, I feel scared.
Yeah.
I'm scared for, what's going to happen to him and to my stepmom.
Yeah. Yeah. You can see it in your mind's eye. As you witness those images, it's like we're unaware they're even going on, but they're notice the emotion they cause. It's like sitting in a movie and the ego is just offering these up. So who would you be without the ego's video systems, the ego's fake news, left, right, left, right, left, right, meaning past, future, past, future, past, future. So look at your dad and thank your ego for sharing and just look. Who would you be? Who would he be? Who would you be without the thought? Dad's deliberately unhelpful. On the phone to my stepmom. Look at his face. Look at his
Yeah.
attitude. Boy, oh boy,
This
oh boy.
I can see this kind of, it's like I don't know the words for it, but it's like he's being naughty, like he knows he's being naughty. It's like a game that he plays. And he knows that he's being unhelpful, but it's not serious. He's not doing it seriously. Mm-mm.
Like someone that takes shortcuts.
I don't know. It's just like he's playing a game. He knows that more could be done, and he could say to her, "Okay, yeah, I'll get them back to trim it back some more." It's like he knows he could say that, but he chooses to just sort of it's like a teasing. He's he's doing it, and there's this
So,
little smile
so,
on his face.
so that's who you grow up with. That's who you grew up with. Now drop those images of past, future.
Yeah, I suppose I'm just watching somebody who thinks it's the moment has passed for that to happen, for that more trimming to happen. That's how he sees it.
Dad is in that situation deliberately unhelpful. Let's turn it around and see what what comes up. Let's see what
Uh,
Dad is deliberately helpful
yeah, Dad is deliberately helpful.
in that situation.
There's been lots of times since I've been here visiting him that I've seen him be deliberately helpful. It's true. Um, yeah, he has. He has. There's been times where he's stopped what he's doing and offered what he's doing, usually food, to me. Um, I wanted to go down to. I wanted to go and get a juice, and um, he wasn't impressed. We were in the car, and then next thing he took me there, even though it was out of our way. Um, yeah, he was deliberately helpful there. There's more. There's more too. Mm.
Now, good to see that, and move back to the situation as well. He's deliberately helpful in that situation.
Yeah, well, he was. I mean, he was standing there on the phone. It was quite hot, and he was translating, to my stepmom what was going on at the house. He didn't need to do that. He was really actually being quite helpful yesterday morning as this gardener went round, because she's not here, and she really cares about all this stuff, and he's not that fussed about it. So he was quite deliberately helpful to do that.
So take that in, look at him on the phone with her.
Doing his best. Can't be.
Does your father live on a budget? Does your father and mother-in-law live on a budget of any kind financially?
Um,
Is he
it's
mindful of money?
he is, but they don't really have to worry about it. No. He, I know he doesn't like to spend too much, but he's spending a lot of money at the moment.
Yeah.
Because she's very sick, and yeah,
I had the thought to call them back. It could have been a whole other charge.
it could have been, yeah. It might have made it take longer. Yeah, yeah, that could have.
And we just tried these on. Another thing that I see you might try on is, to his mind, it was enough.
Yeah, yeah. Look, it probably was enough, you know. Yeah, and my mind says, yeah, but he should have said that. That's what he thought. Not, oh, it's they've gone now. You know, yeah,
But deliberately helpful. She saw it one way to his mind. He saw it another way to his mind. You saw it your way to your mind.
yeah.
We don't know what his deliberately is. We can't ever really know how someone sees. Dad was deliberately helpful. All of you doing your work out there, sit in one question, one turnaround. Just and allow what's in you to show up. The work is a term for stillness. Get still and allow that something beautiful to meet these questions and turnarounds. You might work on one thing for an hour or so, just getting still and seeing what arises to meet the questions and what you see in the turnaround. So another turnaround, I was
Uh,
deliberately unhelpful in
yeah.
that situation.
I'm deliberately unhelpful.
So where was it that you were deliberately unhelpful in that situation with your dad?
I didn't say to him, I didn't offer what I could see, which was that they'd already trimmed enough.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, they'd taken it right back, and it was enough. I just zoned straight in on the argument of it, that Dad, they're still here, instead of what the point of it was, that the job was done. It was done well enough. That was unhelpful for sure. Yeah.
Wow. It almost sounds deliberately unhelpful.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Uh.
Notice with your father how familiar that is to you. Deliberately unhelpful.
Mm, mm, mm.
I hope you're all doing this work. I'm definitely doing mine. Where is it? I'm deliberately unhelpful.
God, it just so goes against what I've got, this whole image of myself, because I'm here in America. I've come to help him out, and it's my whole reason to be here,
Yeah.
helping him out. Oh.
Oh my goodness. You are into something beautiful. It may not feel like it right now, but everything that is arising in you that shows you where you're deliberately unhelpful shows you where you can be helpful and you're not. The world is who I believe them to be. And so when I look to myself, it's like the world is a mirror image of my life. And people can be deliberately unhelpful. That doesn't hurt me. Where am I deliberately unhelpful? That hurts me.
Yeah.
My father can't hurt me, what I'm thinking and believing about my father in this situation. I'm definitely looking at mind with my father. Where was I deliberately unhelpful?
It's like I picked this situation to write about because I know I'm here just to help him, and it's like, so I thought, yeah, I'm in the clear here. I'm definitely the helpful one now. Because I can think of heaps of times in my normal life where I'm unhelpful with people. But here it's like, oh no, I was in the clear. But yeah. It's just subtler.
Yeah. And like the princess and the pea, that bruise, under all those mattresses, it's like meaning history. My dad is deliberately unhelpful. Every time we believe it, it's just like another, like that bruise just being, that wound just being hit and hit and hit. I love that waking up to ourselves is such freedom, because that is the space we can make change. I can't change my father. I can't change my dad. Let's look at two. What is it in that situation that you want him to think, say, feel, or do?
I want Dad
deliberately, you were believing he was deliberately unhelpful.
I want Dad to be more generous and thoughtful.
Now that you're a little more aware, look again with the information you have now. You want him to be more generous and thoughtful.
It would make my life easier if he was. That's the truth of it.
So in that situation, look again. You believed it when you wrote it. What shows up now? You want him to be more generous and thoughtful. You want him to, not someone else's dad. You want him to be more generous and thoughtful. Even you think the tree is trimmed enough. But his attitude on the phone, what it is, look at that. You want him to be more generous and thoughtful to your stepmom than he was. Is it true? And you know her too. Is she going to stop with that? Is she only you know her the way you do? If he were generous and helpful, knowing her, would that satisfy her?
No.
I think you're catching up with your dad.
Oh, God.
Exactly.
Oh, dear.
Notice what happens inside of you when you think the thought, I want him to be more generous and thoughtful. Notice how you treat your dad. Notice the images of the past, future. Be there now, get still.
Yeah, I see times in the past where I've been talking to other people about how he is with my stepmom now that she's sick. And, you know, they're saying, oh, well, we know that he's not very helpful. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm feeling kind of like, oh, shit, I just wish he could be more helpful. Why isn't he more helpful? Why can't he see? Yeah. So I just sort of I run this story like he's stupid, like he's being kind of deliberately unhelpful.
Yeah.
Mm.
Notice how old that story is in you.
Oh my God. Mm.
Notice a lifetime of proof. Oh, this is how many years?
Gosh, decades.
Yeah. Let's try this one on. I don't want him to be more generous and thoughtful on the phone with my stepmother in that situation. Why might that be true? Get really still, be there now.
Yeah, I can see it. I just don't want to put something more onto him that he has to do right now.
Wow.
He's doing enough.
Wow.
He's really doing enough.
Wow.
Yeah. He's doing heaps, actually.
Wow. That certainly could eliminate you.
What do you mean by that?
He's actually doing enough
Yeah. And eliminate me in terms of
of being necessary.
to be trying to make him different.
I'm hearing he's doing enough.
He is, yeah.
And you being there could give you your life's work. Getting to know your dad from the inside. I want him to be more generous and thoughtful in that situation. I want me to.
Yeah, I really do. I want me to be more generous and thoughtful. And
Okay.
that would be because he's going through potentially losing his life partner, his wife. And I mean, it's so much to have to deal with. And I want to remember that before I go into the argument, like How is that helpful of me? Not at all. So not helpful.
Okay, so be there now. Live the turnaround you wanted him to live. I want me to be more generous and thoughtful. So in silence, give you that and give him that. Living turnaround, your heart's desire. I love these living turnarounds there. Our capacity to live like this becomes so simple. We know how to do it. You know how to do that with your dad. In that situation, I want me to be more generous than thoughtful. In that situation, I think the tree is trimmed enough. He's going through terrible times. He's losing his partner. And he really has lost her. The one he married it's not the one on the phone. It's very confusing. Let's look at 3, sweetheart. In that situation, what advice would you offer him?
Dad should think more about people. Dad should think about other people more.
Yeah. Is that true? In that situation, he should think more about other people. He's there to get the tree trimmed. That's what she wanted.
He is thinking about other people. He wouldn't be there on the phone if he wasn't thinking about her.
And if it weren't for her, would he have even had the tree trimmed?
No. She organized it. He came out to be there. He was definitely thinking about being there that morning. I'd forgotten, and he was like, "No, we need to be here because the gardener's coming."
Wow.
Yeah.
He should think more about other people. In that situation, is it true?
No.
And notice how you react.
God, so
Notice
judgmental.
and notice the images of the past when you think the thought, he should think more about other people. Notice how old that is, and notice the flashcards that the ego offers up of.
It's like I'm running on the movie. You know, I really didn't think I was in this situation, but I'm totally running on the old stories that I've built up of him. Because in that moment, he was thinking about other people. Yeah, right. Yeah.
You know, the term living a lie comes up, and we don't know it's our own.
Yeah.
And we blame others, and the ego looks for all the proof, and it's got us. Not right, not wrong. It's just the ego's fighting to have a life.
Mm-hmm.
Fighting to have a life when mind is not a thing you can touch. Mind is not body. Ego is fighting for survival, offering up all those flashcards to prove that it's right, he should think more about other people, and shows you all the proof, and it shows you the future, where then you worry about him, you worry about her.
And I worry about me. It keeps coming back to me. It's really easy to see how quickly it's like I'll have to come back to America again
Yeah,
more times than I do now, unless
yeah.
he changes.
And honey, on a side note, write down, um, for one belief at a time, I had to come back to America. I have to come back to America.
Yeah.
And put yourself in the space before you made this trip.
I'm totally carrying that one.
Because knowing so much about you, all of us sitting here in this community witnessing your work and our own, knowing you came back for other reasons, not because you had to. And you're aware of some of those, but that's really a beautiful thing to sit in. I had to come back to America to take care of them, or whatever it was. He should think more about other people in that situation. Turn it around.
I should think more about other people, but in
Specifically,
particular, him.
yeah, in that situation, I should think more about my dad.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What comes to your mind as you experience that in that situation? I should think more about the welfare of my dad. Isn't that what you really mean? He should think more about other people's what?
Um, Making it easier for other people. You know, she's sick in a hospice, and
Oh
you should
my
think
God.
about making it easier for her.
Maybe that was his intention.
I think he is trying to. Yeah.
In that situation, I should think more about my dad.
Yeah.
So now be there now. Don't change anything. Just hear him just the way he was on the phone, and then hanging up, and then you've seen that the tree has been trimmed enough. She's in hospice. He should not think more about other people. Why might that be good advice?
He's got to look after himself. He's got a big job ahead because she's been looking after him for a long time.
Wow, he should not think more about other people. He's got to learn how to be without her, how to get up in the morning, how to do the laundry, for all I know, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Someone to say good morning. I should think more about my dad in that situation where he hung up. Getting the tree trimmed. It's what she wanted. I have another thought. Would you like to hear it in case
Yeah.
it hasn't occurred to you? I should think more about other people And maybe the next time I see her, that I can assure her that the tree was trimmed enough.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. I did tell her.
Honey,
I
that's
did.
so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thinking more of other people.
Yeah. And it's funny that I wrote it. I mean, it's not that funny. It's completely predictable that I wrote it because it's something that my mother used to say to me a lot, that I didn't think enough about other people. So, it's a tape that's playing in my head.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's look at 4.
He shouldn't be so selfish.
That's still on number 3. That's okay. He shouldn't be so selfish in that situation. He was
Oh,
being
sorry. Yeah.
selfish. That's okay. In that situation, he was selfish.
No, I'll skip that one because that's actually about a different situation. So I'll go to 4. I
4.
need Dad to apologize for being self-centered to get help for his drinking and change his behavior.
Okay. So to be happy, number 4, the needs are about happiness. To be happy, you need him to apologize for being self-centered in that situation.
No.
Okay. To be happy, you need him to get help with his drinking.
No.
No. To be happy in that situation, you need him to change his behavior. Is it true?
Not even.
Now, when I'm doing this work, things come up for me. I make side notes for, like the one you made. And when I see to be happy, number 4, I need him to change his behavior. How do you react when you think those thoughts? A lot from the past, around his drinking, his behavior, a lot from the past come to your mind. And those are worksheets.
Mm. Yeah.
Because when fathers die, they don't. They still live in us.
Mm. Yeah.
As images in our head, just as though, dead or alive, here they are to our deathbed if we don't take care of it. And
It's so true.
yeah. So you need him to get help with his drinking. You need him to change his behavior in that situation. Is it true?
Oh, sorry. I'll be there really soon, Dad. Okay. Okay. Could you
So
ask me that again?
you need him to change his behavior in that situation on the phone when he hung up and the tree is trimmed. Hear him on the phone. Be there now. You need him to change his behavior. And if he did, would that make you happy? No. Not as long as the ego is at play. There's nothing they can say or do that would give us that. Not even when they're giving it to us. There's no way to recognize it. When we're believing what we're believing, and the ego is just sending its false proof, the past, the future. In that situation, there's something you can change. So let's live that turnaround. To be happy, I need to change my behavior toward my dad. So now close your eyes and be there now. What behavior would you change? What would make you happy? What could you say or do?
Before I jump with that flash of embarrassment and trying to correct him, I would just take that moment just to recognize the flash and go, wait, just wait, and give myself a moment to, see if I'm coming from sanity or if, you know, yeah, in a war.
Yeah. We can change our behavior, but it doesn't change what we're thinking and believing. So what I love about this work are these living turnarounds where we're of right mind, we're sitting in what's truer for us than what we were imagining at the time. I need me to change my behavior. So it's like a practice for how to do it because we don't know how.
Mm-hmm.
And it shows you how to be with your dad and other people and how to be with yourself. I need my behavior to change in that situation. And the best of all, I need what I'm thinking and believing to change in that situation. So I don't know how many worksheets it would take for those of you out there, but it's not done until it's done. And this is not something we have to do. But for some of us, it is. Happiness is our birthright. And I don't want to kill the ego. I want to understand it. I don't want to kill. I don't want war. Enough. War in myself means war with others. The way to deal with people you want to change, say it this way, the way that I can deal with people I want to change is I judge them on a worksheet, just the way we're watching. Oh, just the way we're watching Susie do. Sweetheart, let's look at 5. I don't want Dad to change his behavior. You saw what he's dealing with. And that he got the job done. He was there.
Yeah.
5.
So Dad is selfish, unhelpful, deliberately obtuse when it suits him.
Okay. So in the interest of time, and I'm hearing that he's calling you and needing you now. In that situation, my dad is generous. Example?
Yeah, he made sure he was there on the morning. He took the phone call. He walked around. He engaged, with the gardeners, and he was as helpful as he possibly could be. Mm.
Well, he was unhelpful, turned around, he was helpful.
He was helpful for all those same reasons. And I can tell he really does want his wife my stepmom to feel like it's okay, that things are getting looked after.
Oh my.
Yeah, which is really, really helpful of him.
What you're discovering here is something you can share with him. I was thinking about, when out there with the tree trimming, and you were amazing. And I don't know how you do it. I am just in awe of how you're dealing with all you have on your hands and how good you are in it. All in your own words. But these things need to be said. Self-realization until it's lived has no power other than, I'm so enlightened. Oh, that's not a problem. Self-realization until it's lived. It's like, I love life in the dirt. what was so difficult becomes so easy to live. It becomes a way of life. In that situation, my dad was deliberately abusive,
Obtuse.
obtuse. In that situation, my dad was deliberately obtuse when it suited him. How would you, what's an opposite?
He was deliberately clear. Yeah, well, it was true. What he said was, they're not, well, they've gone now, and they weren't there in that exact position anymore. They'd gone around the back. So actually, he was being deliberately clear when he said that.
And there's so many scenarios he could think, oh, she really wasn't that hot on coming here today, and maybe meeting you, and maybe she's just, it's enough for her. No idea. He was ready to go, and you weren't.
Or he just saw it really quickly that they didn't need to do any more there, and that was his way of dealing with it. You know,
Ah,
that probably was it.
yeah. Big discussions, big talks. You know, it's never, those of you whose fathers have died, and it's never too late to get your dad back. And those of you whose fathers haven't died, it's never too late to get your dad back. And it doesn't mean necessarily you want a relationship with him, but you get your dad back. You don't have to live in resentment. You can live out of understanding. And for example, if your dad drinks, maybe it's a kindness. Oh, I don't really have words not to be there, because when someone's drinking, they say things and do things that they feel guilty over. So if I'm not there, that's one less person they have to feel guilty about, even though I'm perfectly fine with it. My dad is generous in that situation, helpful. In that situation, I was selfish.
Yeah, I'm in that situation. I was selfish. Yeah, I was thinking about my embarrassment, over that he would say that was about me.
That's so, that just incredible recognition was really all about me.
And I didn't want, yeah, I don't like the reflection.
Yeah.
So that's what it is.
How people might see me. How old is that?
Yeah.
When you consider your father and him being your father, and how people would see you. Mm. And how we treat our fathers when we are so worried about how people will see us, how lost we become. Some of us are drunk with our drinking, some of us are just drunk with our thinking. And either way, it's alcoholism without the alcohol, without the alcohol. And in that situation, I was deliberately obtuse. when it suited me.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't say that the branches are trimmed, you know, and I could see it. I could see it. They'd taken a good chunk.
Yeah. You can let him know that in a few minutes. Just, Dad, good job. Good job. Good job.
I think he's going to be a bit sus on me if I come after this and say
So let's look at sex.
I don't ever want to feel embarrassed by Dad's self-centeredness again.
I'm willing to.
I'm willing to feel embarrassed by Dad's self-centeredness again.
Yeah, because if you should feel that way ever again, it's unfinished business, meaning it's a worksheet. We believe our thoughts or we wake up to them, meaning we believe our thoughts or we question them. No other choice. No other choice other than an occasional wake up. Well, it's not enough. It's this is our school. And that's what dads are for. They give us our earth school. Everyone and everything in this world is here to wake you up. Anyone listening to this, yes, you. I look forward to
feeling embarrassed by Dad's self-centeredness again. Yeah, because I know it's all about me. It's really very self-centered.
Yeah. Oh, sweetie, you are truly something beautiful.
Thank you, Katie. You've given me so much, with the work.
Thank you for opening our minds, taking us to places without you we never could have gone. Oh, Bill, takeaway, honey, from our teacher today, Susie's dad work.
Hi.
Hi, Ronnie, your takeaway, sweetie.
Thanks, Susie, so much. And you and everyone. My takeaway is sometimes when someone is becoming so clear, it seems to me almost everything that comes up out of their mouth is a teaching. And so when Susie was saying, "Dad, I will be with you soon," because he called her, this line, it just sent some shivers down my spine. Like, I will be with you soon because in a moment I will have become clear on this such that I can be with you in a new way. And it's like, it just came out of her mouth, but it rang so true to me.
Oh my goodness, because that I had so shifted. I'll be with you soon. This whole new identity. And we don't know what that is. When we do a worksheet, there's a way of knowing who we are, or there's change at all until we get out there in life or just do the dishes.
And there was also first, when she just started reading her worksheet, sometimes when you do the work for a while, then you already read kind of the end of the story, but of course you're not supposed to go too fast, because if you just try to trick yourself to know the end of the story by doing the turnaround, it doesn't really work. But somehow when she was doing it and she started saying he was being deliberately unhelpful, immediately it was already teaching for me. Like all the times I was being deliberately unhelpful and my thoughts were deliberately unhelpful, and how often it's like the ego's job to be deliberately unhelpful so that we get stuck in a corner and have to come out of it backtreading. It's like, it felt so precise to me. Like her formulation. Even our judgments become more and more precise, I think, as guidance to others and to ourselves. And I'm very grateful to Susie for it.
So beautiful. It's like this waking up to reality thing. Just the phrase deliberately unhelpful. Is that what you said? Deliberately unhelpful? Just waking up to that? It's for one person, it's like, oh my gosh. And then for someone else, it's a ho-hum. But sitting together like this, oh my goodness, the
Yeah,
things.
it really made me cleared up my whole day when she said it. It's like, oh my God, the whole day I've been deliberately unhelpful. So,
Oh, thank you, Ronnie. Thank
thank you
you,
very much.
Ronnie.
Thank you so much.
Sandra, your takeaway, sweetie. Hey, Sandra,
Oh, yes.
your takeaway.
Oh, it's back to that very first turnaround. I'm deliberately unhelpful when I'm buying, and you have these very beautiful words. The video of the ego's fake news, and I'm buying it, and I am deliberately unhelpful if I don't question it. Right now, for me,
Yeah.
I wrote down that I need to do a worksheet. However, am I arrogant to think that when I'm ready to stab somebody with my judgment about them, that I can drop the knife? That I can just midstream, or I've heard it where you're coming down the sword and you stop.
Mm-hmm.
Stop. Because
Because you realize it's only you hurt.
yeah.
Yeah. And when you hurt you, the rest of us kind of suffer around that. Like we're on the other end of that sword you're aiming at us. But you know, the images of past, future, when we're believing the thought and the fake news that you were pointing to, it's artificial intelligence.
Yes.
It's not I. And it's intoxicating. But you can't take those images out and touch them. And yet they're dictating our lives. Like I see me at breakfast this morning, but that's artificial I. That's not I. And I see me at dinner this evening. That's in the future. That's artificial. Now I'm here with you. I've caught up with myself. I'm present. Now, when I see past, future, I'm awake. I can see not true. But I can see in the past how I reacted when I was that to my mind, that identity, that past, future identity. And the cause of my suffering was nothing more than being intoxicated, inebriated, out of touch with reality and lost in the dream of this artificial intelligence. And it's a brilliant thing. I invite you all, as you're listening to these words, I don't know where you go with them, but can't kill it because it's not real. You can't take it out of your head and touch it, but you can wake up to it. So thank you for bringing that up, honey.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sandra. Thank you all to your contributions to this work that allow us to be here together every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And Susie, thank you for your work today. And check in with us tomorrow and let us hear about your dad and any thoughts you may have experienced around it. Thank you all for something beautiful. Other than what you're thinking and believing, there's nothing that isn't. Nothing and no one that isn't. By the way, everyone, if you enjoyed this podcast, please give us a 5-star rating and review on iTunes. It really matters, and thank you for that. I love that you join me every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 9 to 10 a.m. Pacific time. At homewithbk.com, let's do the work.